Hello, this is Kim with Crochet with Kim. I am so happy that you're with me today. I have a new project that I'm working on. If you recognize some of the colors, I'm using the colors that I used from the bunny rabbit to make a fun coaster. It's going to be with 4 colors. I'm hoping that you will enjoy it. I want to make it as simple as I possibly can, but also make it fun as well. Without any further ado, if we can go and get our supplies, which is, I have a H hook because of this being a 4-ply acrylic yarn. So I use the H hook. When I use cotton yarn, I use a G hook. But for this particular project, I'm going to use the H. If you can get your marker, a daunting needle, and some scissors, we can get started on this fun project. Now today I'm going to start my 4 blocks with the pink yarn. And I'm going to make myself like a little hook here to create a chain of 5. I'm going to use a half double crochet stitch. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to start in the 3rd chain from the hook. So we have this 1, 2, and 3. And the very first half double crochet is that 2 when I skip the 2 to go to the 3rd hook chain from the hook, that would create that very first half double crochet. So we're going to go ahead and chain 5 again. This is row or block 1. I am needing to make 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, and 4 rows of the pink to start out my corner to corner coaster crochet in my first block. So we're going to continue on with the chain 5, starting in the 3rd chain from the hook. We're going to slip stitch in the next post from the block below, and we're going to chain 2, and then we'll go yarn over and pull through all 3, yarn over, pull through and pull through all 3, yarn over, pull through and pull through all 3. So we're going to chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to go through the 3rd chain from the hook, pull through and pull through all 3, yarn over, put through both the loops on that V of that chain, pull through and pull through all 3, and then one more time, pull through and pull through all 3. Now, the one thing that I did forget to do, we'll take this stitch marker and put it on the right side of the work. This will let us know our front and our back. I'm getting ready to start on the back because this is the odd number. I'm sorry. The odd side. So this is the back of our work. We'll chain 2. Pull through, yarn over, pull through and pull through all 3, yarn over, pull through and pull through all 3. Then we are going to slip stitch and chain 2, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, pull through and pull through all 3. We'll chain 5 again, 5, and then we'll go to that 3rd chain from the hook, and then we'll go through that fourth chain through from the hook, and then through that fifth chain through the hook. And then we're going to go ahead and complete this row. And then we're going to have our 4 blocks of half double crochet. So that's our second one. This is 3. And this last one will be our 4th one. Now I'm not going to complete all 4 half double crochets. Uh-oh. I need something to kind of weigh that down. This is our 4th one, our 4th chain. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So we got to get ready to turn our work. And how we're going to do that? And now that we have our 4 blocks, to start out, half the block is going to be a completion of 4 rows, up, over, and across on both or all 4 sides to make a complete square. We're going to add a color, and this color is I'm going to use periwinkle. You can use any 4 colors that you like. I'm just going with the colors that I had with my bunny rabbit because I figured it would be fun to have coasters to match the colors of the bunny rabbit. And we're going to go ahead and go through that 3rd stitch from the hook, the 4th stitch from the hook, and then the 5th stitch from the hook. Now we're going to give it a little tug, and remember to always keep your yarn in the back of your work. That way it won't be so hard to get to. I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to do it this way. If it'll let me. It probably won't let me. I'll do it this way. There we go. Now, because we have these 4, we're only going to need 3 of these blocks because we're going to begin decreasing in this same block. So we have 1, and then we'll go ahead and slip stitch in our 2nd block. We can just kind of pull this a little bit to kind of tighten it up. And we'll do our 2nd half double crochet, a 3rd half double crochet, and a 4th half double crochet. And then we'll do number 3. We'll have all 3 of those. Now this is where we're going to add a color, another color. So I'm going to go with gray because I want the 2 like darker colors to be opposite of one another and the 2 lighter colors to be opposite of one another. So I'm going to have the white and pink opposite of one another, and then the gray and the periwinkle opposite of one another. So what you do, you'll stick your hook on through there and pull that on through, and then you chain your 2, and then that's your 2nd, your 3rd, and this is your fourth half double crochet. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to give that a little snug, and see, we'll have the periwinkle on the bottom and the gray at the top of our square. So as we continue on, we're going to chain 3, 4, and 5, and we're going to do our very first, or second actually, our second half double crochet, our third, and our fourth. And then we're going to put our second gray block here at the top, because if we look at the graph that I have created up here, and I'm hoping that you're seeing this okay, this is where we are. We're on row 6. We have the two gray, and then we're going to go right on down, have the 2 pink, and then go down and we'll have the 2 periwinkle. So as we go forward here, we'll have the 2 pink, I'm sorry, we have the 2 gray, so now we're going to work on the 2 pink. We're going to pull, just snug it just a little bit. And then we are going to have only 2 pink left. And then we are going to do 2 periwinkles. So we'll pick up that periwinkle, and as I've explained to you before, yes, it does get tangled. But, you know, I kind of like switch my yarn around as I see it trying to twist on me. That way it'll be a whole lot easier to work with. Hopefully. I'm not going to make any guarantees, but that's what we're working for. So we'll go ahead and pull this periwinkle. And this is our first periwinkle. Still doing our half double crochet. This is our third or fourth one. We'll give the pink a little snug, and then we'll do our second periwinkle. This is 3 and this is 4. Now we'll count out our 5. 5, and then we'll do our third chain from the hook, our fourth chain from a hook, and our fifth chain from the hook. Now we're picking up on both the other colors. We're picking up a row or a block on each row that we proceed. So this is our second periwinkle. This is our third periwinkle. And then we have only 1 pink left to do, because as we increase with the other 2 colors, we'll start decreasing with the first color that we started with in this case would be the pink. All right. So we'll get that a little snug. We'll drop that, and I keep dropping it in the wrong direction because actually the purple should have been in the back, but it's okay. And now we're going to finish up this row, and this is row 7. We'll go ahead and this is our first gray block. Pull out enough yarn. All right. This is our second gray block. And this is our third gray block. And all of them are 4 across, 4 down. So we have 4 across and 4 down. So this will be closing out. So as you can see here, let me kind of move that periwinkle if I can a little bit. Our pink block is completed, and so our pink is completed, and we're gradually filling in for our gray and our periwinkle. So we'll chain 5 and we'll go in and we'll continue to do our pattern. Chain 5, go into the 3rd stitch from the hook, and then have a completion of 4 in each block. Slip stitch in the next, chain 2, yarn over and pull through all 3, yarn over and pull through all 3, yarn over and pull through all 3. And then here is our 3rd one. Yarn over and pull through all 3, yarn over and pull through all 3, yarn over and pull through all 3, and then we'll go through our 4th one, slip stitch, chain 2, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, pull through all 3, and yarn over and pull through all 3. Oops, so it looked like, let me do this right here. Didn't like the way that they look. Slip stitch, there we go. Yarn over and pull through all 3, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over and pull through all 3. Now because we don't need the pink anymore, just kind of give it a little tug. What I will do is kind of secure it a little bit with that yarn. Just kind of hold it against the back of the work, kind of pull, and just work right over the pink yarn. And then continue on. That's our 4, and I'm using actually the wrong yarn. That was our 4 blocks. And so now we'll go ahead and pull this one over. And still we want to pull. Work that over. And this is why it's so important to keep our work in front or in back of our work and not in the front. And so we have our first half double crochet, a second half double crochet, our fourth half double crochet, and our fifth half double crochet. And then we'll go ahead and finish up the row, because as you can see, we're just using the two colors. We're just using the gray and the periwinkle for right now to finish up this particular row, which is row 8. Now we'll go ahead and we'll do our third row, our third block, I'm sorry, and our fourth block. And then here we go. We have completed row 8. Now we're going to give the pink a little pull, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave a little bit of length on there just so I can weave it in to secure it. I'm done with the pink. So now we have finished row 8. Now if we take a look here, we have row 8, which we worked downward. We're coming up row 9, but we're going to be decreasing. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the work, the yarn here. I like to slip stitch into each chain going up, and then right under that post. And this is our first decrease. So we're decreasing starting with row 9. And so we'll have that first decrease. I'm going to flip these over each other real quick. There we go. So it's not so tangled. So there's the first decrease. There's the second decrease. This is our third block of the decrease. Now, this is where we're getting ready to incorporate our fourth color. So make sure I'm going to put it in back now. So we're going to pick up the white. So we'll lay it right here on the back. And I'll go ahead and twist that on there. And we'll just work right along as we did in the beginning. The only difference is, instead of increasing every row, we're going to be decreasing with the periwinkle and with the gray, but with the white it's going to increase and then it'll decrease. So I'll show you what I mean in just a few more. In just a few more rows here, you'll start seeing these decrease, the periwinkle and the gray. They're going to decrease at the same time, but the increase of the white, and then it'll decrease. I know it sounds confusing, but it's really cool once it's finished. So we'll have this this is number 3. Although this is row 9, it's going to only have 7. All right, so it's only going to have 7. So as you can see, there is that beginning of the white. This is going to be a decrease again. So again, I like to slip stitch my way. It's security purposes for me. I tried to unravel one of these projects and I messed the project up trying to unravel it because I had completed it, but I figured out I made a mistake in it, and I thought I could go back and and fix it. That wasn't happening, so I gave it really great security. So that reassured me that the work wasn't going to come apart. So we'll go ahead and get this. So we need just 2. And if you remember when the row 2, 2, and 2, this is the same thing, only we're increasing the white but decreasing the other 2 colors. So we'll go ahead and increase here. So that's our first white. This is our second white block. This is row 10 that we're working on. And altogether is 16 rows. So, in case you were curious. Alright. And then we'll go ahead and decrease with the periwinkle. So this is our first periwinkle block. And it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry, I have my 4 in there. And then we'll go ahead and we'll do our second periwinkle. And we'll slip stitch here. Now we'll turn our work around. And we will see that we need, go ahead and slip stitch up the side here. And those that like to chain 3 and go under the post, that is perfectly fine. The work is still going to look the same. So if you're not, comfortable, or you don't like the way it may look to chain or slip stitch up, that is perfectly okay. If you want to chain and go under that post, chain 3 or chain 2 and go up that post. You can also do this in a double crochet. I can try it with a double crochet. Maybe I'll do a two color or 3 color coaster, and I'll show you how to do it in a double crochet. Alright, so this is our second, this is our increase, and this is our third white block. Get a little bit more yarn here. And then we'll have 1 gray block left to do on this side. So I'll show you how that look in just a second here. This is my second half double crochet, my third half double crochet, my fourth, and then I'll slip stitch on the end. And if you look, there is 2, 3. So those 3 blocks are completed. And let's continue on. Now that we do not need to do any more with the gray, what I like to do is finish off with a slip stitch on each one of the stitches, and then I'll just pick up the white yarn. That's all I will do. Now this side is going to be different from the periwinkle side, and you'll see what I mean. So we're just going straight down. So this is our fourth half double crochet, and then we'll do our second. This is our third one. Third one. And our fourth one. This is our last stitch on this block, or on this row. This row is our 12th row. Alright, so that's our fourth one, and we'll just slip stitch into that one. Now on the gray side, I slip stitch up. Well, actually it's the top, but I slip stitch up and then I added. But with the end of this, all I have to do is slip stitch in the last post of the periwinkle, and that's it. I don't have to. The only thing I have to work up is on the white. Now while I'll go ahead and I'll start this. This is row 13 right here. And chain 2, and then we'll have our 4 half double crochets. I'll go ahead and I will snip off, and I'll just leave a little bit extra on the gray, and then a little bit extra on the periwinkle. And that way I can go ahead and get those out of the way. All to the side, and all I'm working with is the white. So here we are. We're going to do our second block. And here is our third block. And then we'll go ahead and we will slip stitch. And then we'll go and complete this block. So we'll slip stitch in each block or stitch here up the side. Do our first half double crochet, chain over, yarn over, I'm sorry, and pull through 3, yarn over and pull through all 3, and then slip stitch, chain 2, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over and pull through all 3, and then our slip stitch, and then we have one more to go, and we have 1, 2, and 3. And then I'll just go ahead and work into there, and it's 1, 2, 3. I mean 1, 2. I'm sorry, 1, 2, and then yarn over, pull through all 3, and yarn over and pull through all 3, and then we'll slip stitch. And I like to try to work into another stitch along that side there. Sometimes it can be a little snug, but it's okay. And I like to pull through, kind of pull it really tight. I'll work it through with a darning needle. Okay. And there, voila. I'll clean it up in a minute. I just want to kind of tuck these a little bit, and it depends on your tension. If you're a tight crocheter, I will use a bigger hook. If you're a loose crocheter, I'll use a smaller hook. But there is my 4-block coaster, and it's perfect for a can of pop, a coffee mug, whatever. It's the perfect size, and I thought this was just absolutely wonderful. Now, like I said, it may look simple, but I have messed this up where I put the wrong stitch in the wrong spot, the wrong color, because I was trying to figure out how to kind of get it worked out. But I worked on them. I think I've completed maybe 12 or 13 of these in different sizes. I have as big as 32 rows, which is 16 of each one of these, and it's pretty good size. I love it. But that is the end of this project. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you will try this, and I will do a tutorial on 2 colors, and I will do one for 3 colors, because it's just all kind of ways that you can do this. I'm about to challenge myself and do more of different colors into one to make it as big as a placemat. But for right now, I'm just so happy with this. Of course, I've worked through it a little faster because I didn't want to take up a whole lot of time, but I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you try it, and I would love to see your work. I do have my email address that's attached to the videos, so I would love to see what colors you come up with, combinations, and just want to see your creativity as well. But this is Kim with Crochet with Kim. I hope that you had a wonderful time. I enjoy doing this. Bye bye for now.